not tapped your inner potential. Your potential is so much more. What are you doing with your life? You know what, Sid? I could have been somewhere else in my life and it never happened. These are lines we've been hearing, whether it's from family, people who love you, people who don't love you. Tapping your inner potential, unlocking it. Sid K Breathes AiR, you breathe air, I breathe air. Atman and Ravi, round of applause. Welcome, sir. Potential. I've been hearing that all my life. Even when it comes to my YouTube channel, potential aur hai, zyada hai. Define potential for us.
When you talk of unlocking your potential and defining potential, what comes to my mind is a very favorite story. There was a boy who went and saw a man fishing. He saw this guy fishing, he picks a fish and keeps it. He picks another fish, throws it back. Picks a fish, keeps it, picks a fish, throws it back, keeps it. And then he noticed something very funny. He noticed that he was keeping all the small fish in his basket and the big fish throwing back. He went to the fisherman and said, "Sir, I don't understand you. What doing you? Picking small fish, keeping big fish, throwing. What you doing? You fool." The fisherman said, "You fool. You no understand. I keep small fish, I throw big fish. I keep small fish, I throw big fish. Because you fool, you don't understand. In my house, my frying pan is so small. My frying pan is so small. I cannot take the big fish." Sid, our frying pan is very small. This frying pan, our head, is so small. And that's why we are not able to tap into that potential, because we don't realize our potential. We don't realize who we are. In spirituality, when you talk about defining your potential, of course the man can define his potential by saying, have the courage to live your dreams. And you can go from peak to peak, and you can go from achievement to achievement. But how many people are talking about going from achievement to enlightenment? How many people are talking about evolving to that ultimate peak of bliss, of happiness? So when you talk of potential, it's a dangerous subject to talk to me, because I have expanded my potential to the ultimate. People say, sky is
The limit.
no. You say sky is the limit. I say sky is not the limit. Sky is not the limit. You can go beyond.
Wow. Remember, so now no one says sky is the limit because it's endless. How does one figure the inner potential? Others figure it out for you a lot of times. But it's important for one human being to do it themselves.
Actually, the problem is we live like a frog in the well. We live like a man in the cave. वो मेंढक जो है समझता है कि दुनिया के बाहर और कुछ नहीं है. The caveman thinks that everything is this cave. And the reason is fear. F-E-A-R, false expectation appearing real. Why do they call it a comfort zone? They call it comfort zone because मैं बहुत आराम में हूँ. I'm good, yeah. I'm good, yeah. Why don't you do something more? No, I'm good, yeah. That's why they say you have to come out of your comfort zone. You've got to become a little uncomfortable. Remember this, Sid. How do you go from one peak to another peak? The only way of going from one peak to another peak is to come down the valley. And people are afraid to come down the valley. That's why people are afraid of change. The moment you talk of change, people are paranoid. But you must have the courage to change. You must have the guts to become uncomfortable. That's the only way to unlock your potential.
What if someone does not have too many desires. You know that that person in front of you has potential to go beyond what he or she is capable of, even in your work environment, right? I have someone in my team I feel who's got tremendous potential. The person came to me and said, you know what, I want to go beyond. These are my reservations, but this is what I've not been able to do, but I want to tap that potential, learn, move forward. I can see the potential, but that person doesn't want to get out of the basic desires. What does one do?
The problem is that people are stuck because they don't have what is called motivation. You heard this word motivation.
Yes.
But people don't know what comes behind the word motivation. Behind the word motivation is the word motive. Or what is the motive? Now, if there is a motive, then there is motivation. What if there is no motive? The moment there is no motive, you get back into your comfort zone. So people that you see potential in them, but they don't have their own vision of their own potential, is because they have no motivation. So what is the solution? The solution is to make people move from a paradigm of motivation to a paradigm of inspiration. Inspiration is you develop an inner spiral of energy. Inspiration. You don't need to have a motivation. You develop an inspiration. And then nobody needs to tell you of your... I developed inspiration when I was 16. And from 16 to 40, for 25 years, I was on my toes, 18 hours a day, 7 days a week. But I never worked at all. I was having fun. And that's called inspiration.
Me too. I also work 18 hours a day, but I'm having fun all the time. It's a party in what I do. How does one face the fear and discomfort that one has within and realize that the challenge in front of you is actually an opportunity?
So you've got to use the word called triumph. Triumph is that word which is used for success. But remember, the word triumph is made up of 2 syllables. Triumph. If you don't try, there's no triumph. So when you've got a fear in front of you, realize your fear is different from your danger. The danger is real. The fear is false expectation appearing real. Fear comes from the mind. The danger is known from consciousness. So it's all about having the right mentorship. Sometimes people talk of a guru. Who is a guru? A guru is one who takes you from gu to ru, from darkness to light. I had a mentor, Dada, and he was my mentor for 25 years. And for 25 years, I was in the business world. And he led me from the first peak of achievement to the second peak of fulfillment, till I went to the third peak of enlightenment. And you need to have a mentor.
How do you spot a mentor, especially in this world where people want to exploit you? Sometimes they use you for your own gains. How do you find that mentor?
The first sign of a mentor is he's not seeking something from you. He's trying to build you. He's trying, a guru will help you see light. And the moment you find that there's somebody selfish, you should stay away. But the moment you find somebody is a guru, that they are giving you light and they're helping you dispel that ignorance, that darkness, you know that he is your mentor. And the mentor is already there on the path. You've got to walk that path. You will find the mentor there.
All right, audience questions, my best part. Anyone who has a question with regard to unblocking of inner potential. Hello, ma'am.
Hi, sir. Hi, Air. My question is, the word comfort zone itself is very comfort and relaxing. So what are the ways to get out of comfort zone?
The first way to get out of your comfort zone is to first realize you are in your comfort zone. Some people don't realize this. And they will live their life exactly the same way. Same time waking up, same bus or vehicle to work, the same route, the same friends, the same dal chawal for lunch, the same roti sabzi for dinner. They will continue and continue and continue in a routine, and they become comfortable. If you tell them today we'll have biryani, they'll say no. So the first sign of a comfort zone is you are a slave of your routine. Break the routine. Break the routine. The second sign is to challenge yourself. If you are not challenging yourself, if you are living in that state of being content. Now, spiritually, it's good to be content. But we are talking of that contentment in the material world. For 25 years, I was like a tiger. I wanted more and more and more and more, till I reached that state where I let go. So even when I let go because I got that realization, that spark of awakening. And then I had desire and passion, but for a higher calling. Comfort zone actually means becoming lazy, becoming indifferent. You have what is called chalta hai attitude. Chalta hai. So don't have this. The moment you know you're in the chalta hai attitude, you know you're in trouble. Because people in their comfort zone are the ones who are shocked. Life will give you a rude shock if you live in your comfort zone.
Okay, so sometimes I hear these two terms, okay? I hear a term which is healthy discomfort and unhealthy discomfort. I honestly haven't been able to figure this out, so I need you to really figure this out for me.
Healthy discomfort is when you're challenging yourself for a meaningful pursuit. So there's a healthy discomfort, which means that you know what you're seeking is good for you. And you're not comfortable because there is desire, there is passion, there are goals, there are dreams, there is pressure. But you enjoy pleasure in the pressure. When you enjoy pleasure in the pressure, that is a healthy discomfort. Now, unhealthy discomfort is that situation where you're being pushed. You're being pushed into a corner, but out of your comfort zone, either by your rascal mind, which is trying to manipulate you, or by friends who are actually enemies. Now there is unhealthy discomfort because you have a gut feeling. You have a gut feeling that I am pushing myself to something, but that something is going to make me nothing. So you have to use what is called conscious intuition. Conscious intuition comes from discrimination, from activating your intellect. Then you come to know, because ultimately, we must not live in comfort zone. Until you reach that state of Buddha, you become enlightened. Then you live in Satchidananda. Satchidananda is the ultimate comfort zone, but that is Ananda, where you transcend all desires. But as long as you're living in the material world, we must get out of our comfort zone and be healthy as we move into the new challenges of life.
So my intuition tells me that I should get someone from the audience to ask a question as well. Can I have my next question from the audience? Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Siddharth. I'm Shweta. So my question is, as a person, how I will get to know that what's my potential and how I will get to know what I meant.
As an individual, how can I get to know my true potential? Actually, our potential is unlimited. First, our potential is success. And when I went from one success to another, there was no end. I multiplied my achievement 10 times, and then again 10 times, and I was going to multiply it again 10 times. It was phenomenal. So, your dreams are only limited by your own limitation. Do not believe that you have to stop dreaming, because the day you stop dreaming, you start dying. So don't stop dreaming. But also remember one thing. What is our ultimate potential? If you want to unlock your potential and get out of your comfort zone, the ultimate potential is to realize that you are not a human being having a spiritual experience. You are a divine spirit having a human experience. When I went on a quest, a talash, I was shocked. And what was the greatest achievement in terms of my potential? The realization of, I had put it in a song, I got this realization, and this got me out of my comfort zone, the biggest release in terms of potential, the biggest liberation. The song would explain my realization. It says, इंसान मैं नहीं सच में भगवान हूँ, दिखता जो मैं वो नहीं आत्मा में हूँ, अनुभूति हो गई एहसास हो गया नेति नेति तत्वमसि, ये नहीं वो मैं हूँ, इंसान मैं नहीं सच में भगवान हूँ. This is the greatest barrier, that you think that you're this body, you think you're the name, you think you will die, but you will never die, because you have to realize I am not I. This is the greatest achievement. And to me, it happened after 25 years of breaking through barriers of worldly comfort zones. And then I broke the ultimate barrier, which took me to spiritual awakening.
Talking about divine and divinity, how does one use divine guidance to tap their unexplored potential?
We all have the divine within.
Sure.
Your heart that beats doesn't have a battery. It doesn't have a UPS. It doesn't have a cord. It has the spirit, the soul, the spark of unique life, SOUL. Now that power inside you is SIP, is supreme immortal power. You don't know it. You don't know. That's why you hear some people, you hear them saying, oh, there's a miracle. What miracle? He had cancer and doctors gave up hope, but he got cured. Have you heard this?
Yes.
You know what happens? It is the use of the soul power, the power of SIP within, the supreme immortal power that can heal. But that can only heal provided you realize that your potential is divine, that God lives in the temple of your heart, that the kingdom of heaven is within. But we don't realize this.
Who feels in the audience genuinely that their potential hasn't been tapped? And what is that potential you feel that hasn't been tapped, and why?
Hi Sid. I have a question. And my question is, how do I activate my greatness?
How do I activate my greatness? By first realizing I am great. By first realizing I am not what others think I am. I am not what I think I am. I am what I think others think I am. Therefore, you are limiting your own potential. You are not able to attain that state of greatness because you are so carried away by others' opinion about you. And you are not willing to put your greatness out there. You know, somebody asked me the spelling of success. What's the spelling of success?
SUCCESS. SUCCESS.
People make a mistake. SUCCE. The spelling of success is WORK.
Work.
The spelling of success is put all your effort in. WORK. You want to be great? It's not your luck. The harder you work, the luckier you get. You heard that. So our greatness is sometimes limited to what we put out into the world. The more you put out into the world, the more it comes back to you. Life is a mirror. You've heard that before. But although you know life is a mirror, you're waiting as if you will take your greatness, as if you will take your potential to your grave. You know, a lot of mothers tell their sons, don't work so hard. You heard that? A lot of mothers say, oh, don't work so hard. But in fact, we need to put it out there. We need to give it all you've got. Give it all.
That's the energy of air. Wow, I love the applause. Everyone's feeling the vibe and the energy. All right? Now, this is a world of instant gratification. People want things to come to them easily. Sometimes, tapping your potential requires patience. It requires time. And someone says, oh, yaar, mera potential tap hi nahi ho raha. They come to a company, and within a couple of weeks, they say, my potential is not getting tapped. Anywhere they go, because they feel that potential should be tapped overnight. How do you develop that patience?
The best way to develop patience in tapping of your potential is to understand life. Unfortunately, it's become a world of Maggi 2-minute noodles. It's become a world of McDonald's. You pay, you get your food. It's about instant picture. Click, your picture is ready. But life doesn't work like that. The ones who have got patience, who develop patience, understand the law of karma. The law of karma tells you that your potential is like a seed. You plant your seed by your deed, but don't think that you will get the fruit tomorrow. I learned this when I was a kid. When I learned the story of the Chinese bamboo shoot tree. Have you heard?
No, I want to know.
The Chinese bamboo shoot tree is a tree that takes 5 years to root. 5 years to root. And 5 weeks to shoot 50 feet tall. 5 years to root and 5 weeks to shoot 50 feet tall. What does this mean? It means that we must understand that every seed we plant will bear fruit. It is a law of karma. It is not an option. It is a law. And when we realize the law of karma, we will develop that patience which you want. But we must understand the way this world functions. A lot of people, they look up and they say, oh, it's so dark. It's so dark. When will the sun rise? But the one who believes in the law of the universe says, the sun will rise. He will say it's the darkest before dawn. But he knows the sun will be born.
Wow. And the sun will be born. Who can see the sun here? Who can probably wake up every morning and say, you know what? I know I've not reached my potential, but somewhere deep down, it's right around the corner. Who has that hope? There. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Air. Hi, Siddharth. Yeah, so I wake up every day and I feel that, yes, I still have so much more to do. I still have so much more to attain. But at the same time, I also feel that all my needs are met. Okay, I'm happy. I pay my bills. I work. I sleep on time. I do my exercise. I take care of my health. All my needs are met. Why should I get out of this zone to be uncomfortable and to again realize, I think it becomes want. How should I make sorting that where does the need end and where does the want start?
I love this question. Honestly, this is a very, very tricky one. Air, I really want to see how you answer this one. Fabulous question, all right? I really mean that.
If you keep doing what you're doing, you will keep getting what you're getting. The question is, if you keep getting what you're getting, will you be satisfied? Some people, they just live and die. Some of them look up at the sky, they cry, they question why. But the important thing is not about getting up in time and taking care of your health and paying your bills. The important thing is to understand why you are here. The important thing is to understand one day you will be dead. The important thing is to get it into your head before you are dead as to who am I? And why did I come here? What is the purpose of this birth? Why did I come to earth? If you just live and you die and you don't know who am I, then you will come back to earth and you will be reborn and this will go on. And when you come back, again you will pay your bills. You will grow and you will learn and you will earn and then you will burn and then you will return and then again you will come back and you will be reborn and again you will learn and you grow up to school and college. After you learn, you will earn and you pay your bills and then again you will burn and again you will return. When will you understand who am I and why am I here? When will you break through that comfort zone and reach what is known as self-realization? When will you discover the purpose of existence? Some people, they pay their bills, they have fun, but they don't discover what is their purpose. For them, life is a circus. They don't discover their purpose. For them, life is a circus. They are just like any clown that's dancing up and down. Our job is not to be a clown. Our job is to discover the meaning. Why was I born? Why did I come to earth? Why this human birth? One of my songs I wrote, वो क्या मेरी तकदीर जो पैदा हुआ मैं, संसार में आया मैं, संसार में आया मैं क्यों, क्या मैंने किया है, मुक्ति मुझे पाना है, मुझे मोक्ष पाना है, फिर क्यों फंसा मैं, संसार में मैं फंसा क्यों, क्या मैंने किया है. What have I done? What have I done that I got this human birth? Why did I come to earth? Why was I not born as a cat or a rat, a dog or a frog, as a butterfly, a bee or a tree? Why me? Who is this me? Am I this body? This body will die. Am I the mind? Where is the mind? I cannot find. Am I the ego that says I? It's a lie. Who am I? If you want to break out of your comfort zone, then go beyond and challenge yourself. Because the story of money is very funny. You can't take with you a penny. But still the whole world is running after money. When will you realize the purpose? That when you start realizing the purpose, then you have broken your comfort zone. In fact, some people say self-acceptance, right? And then there's self-growth. How does one achieve both, which is self-acceptance and self-growth? So self-acceptance is very good because there's contentment. You accept. You are very humble and you accept. And self-growth is the next step. Although you have acceptance, you grow a step further. But beyond self-acceptance and self-respect and self-growth is self-realization. Self-realization is the ultimate goal. That's what we need to work on.
I'm sure we've all seen this during our school days or our colony friends or building friends, all right? You see this kid and you see this person having great potential. And we all say these things, ye ladka bada hoke kuch kar dikhayega.
Absolutely.
We've all heard that. And one day, you meet that same person on the road, and you say, hey, kya kar raha hai life mein? And he says, हाँ. तो मैंने कहा, यार, but you were capable of so much more, right? I've seen that happen with my own school friends. In your heart, you hurt because you've seen that guy or girl having that spark, which means in the journey of life, they lost their charm.
Absolutely.
They lost that ability to tap their potential. How do these kind of people regain their potential?
And those people in the same class who were like nothing, they made it big in life. Haven't you heard that too?
I'm a living example. I don't know whether I've made it big in life. I don't know about that. But yes, I was thought कि साला कुछ नहीं कर पाएगा ये.
So what happens is when we are young, we all seem to have a certain potential. And some guys and girls, they feel they're going to be stars. And some people are nothing. Nobody in the class. But sometimes you find this nobody, they become the big things. So what happens is, life is a combination of what you're born, and then after birth, what you do on earth. So the success that you find in people are based on two energies. One energy which comes to you with your birth, and one energy you tap in after you come to earth. So these people, sometimes they lose the energy of their birth, and some people, they develop the energy with what they do on earth. That is the magic.
In fact, a lot of people, because of certain childhood traumas, right, lose their self-confidence, which in a way prevents them from doing things that they're capable of, which is tapping their potential. How do these people overcome that childhood trauma?
I think it's all about whether your life has got toxic power around you or nourishing power around you. So if you are surrounded by toxic people, toxic thoughts, toxic family, you can be sure to go down the valley. But if you're surrounded by nourishing people, people with inspiration, people with positivity, you will bloom. So whether you go into a state of doom or you go into a state of bloom, it all depends on what energy is in the room.
Last question from the audience. Anyone who'd like to ask any question? Yes, sir.
Air had mentioned in the beginning, like a man in a cave feels that this is the world for him, right? A man in a cave, he feels that this is the world for him. So how do I know which cave I'm into, or whether I'm into the cave or not? So how do I get out of it? Thank you.
So some people who live in the cave, the question is, how do they know that they are in the cave? Because a frog in the well thinks that it's his whole well. And therefore, the way to know that you're in the cave is don't follow the herd. Fly like a bird. Untie your wings, which have been tied with strings. And when you open your wings, then you can actually explore. Don't keep on doing what you're doing. Don't believe the lies that God lives in the skies. Don't remain a fool with what you were taught in school. Learn to question everything. Even if they call it blasphemous, question it. If you want to know whether you're in the cave or not in the cave, question it. Whether you're a frog in the well or you're out of the well, question it. Be curious. Ask. Investigate. Realize the truth. Don't just live and die. Ask the question, why? Ask the question, who am I? Then you will move forward and you will explore and develop the potential that you are not the human being that you think you are. You are the spark of unique life. You are the soul. You are a manifestation of the divine. That's the goal.
Before we sign off, Air's take on untapping your potential.
If you want to untap your potential, then remember this. You are not what you think you are. You are not to be limited by bone and skin. If you want to untap your full potential, then go within and realize that you are the power, the manifestation of the Supreme. This is the greatest achievement, and this is the greatest potential that you must tap. And you've got to do this now. Because if you're gone and you don't tap into this potential, then you will be reborn. And this will go on and on and on. So discover who you are now.
And the show will go on and on and on. Yes. Sid K Breathes AiR. I hope we've helped you untap your potential. We are doing this for humanity. We are doing this holding each other's hands because you know what? We all will be together in this as one family. Any other topics you'd want us to discuss, guide you, chat with you about? This is my Instagram handle. Please put your topics. I am Siddharth Kannan. I breathe air. You breathe air. Sid K Breathes AiR. Atman and Ravi. Thank you so much. Bye.